Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of Deadhorses and DDTs. This is also our first episode under LDG Sports and Entertainment, powered by Built in Buffalo. I am Cody. I'm here with Josh. We're going to talk some wrestling.
Hello. And first and foremost, thank you to LDG, powered by Built in Buffalo, for having us.
Yeah, so two separate entities, but under the same umbrella. They have a bunch of different podcasts, pretty much any sport you can think of, they have a podcast for. Definitely some Buffalo Bills podcast going on and Built in Buffalo. Anything Buffalo related, you can find there as well. But we are wrestling. So let's get right to it. First things first, I just had Josh send me his notes because I got a new phone and lost everything. First thing is lots of promos.
Dude, Dynamite, not this most recent Wednesday, but the week before, it was starting to get to a point where I'm like, holy fuck, man. It was promo after promo after promo after promo.
Yeah, it was a true. What we didn't really get out of the week before that was this is a true post pay-per-view Dynamite.
Yeah.
So they kind of rushed right into Grand Slam right after the pay-per-view, which was cool. But now we got the post Grand Slam, we got post pay-per-view, we got everything in there. So a ton of promos. Just not bad, but a lot of space. A lot of space was taken up.
Yes, that's exactly my thing. It's not bad, but it took away time from the real reason that I'm there.
Exactly. What was the first match that one was?
Adam Cole, baby, versus Jungle Boy.
Once again, starting off with a big match, which cool. I'm into that.
Yep.
I'm into that. Started off with a blast and ended with a blast. I'm all in. Good match from what I remember of it. It's been a little bit, but it was good. I see your note about CM Punk, the BTE theme song. I'm not
I
interested.
loved it. Yeah, at the
I
end.
love that, but I love that song.
Really? I'm with
Yeah.
Punk. That shit sucks.
It's so simple and like catchy.
I feel like we talked about this already.
I'm just into it, probably, but that's okay. That's okay. Well, it's kind of new, right? Since Adam Cole came, it's kind of a little bit different, but not so. I was gonna say not so robotic, but it's still very robotic, which is probably why I like it.
I get it.
But the match itself was really good. You know,
Dude, it's Adam Cole, so you know obviously what you're getting there. And Jungle Boy is so good. He's so fucking fun to watch. He's so talented.
I didn't know where they were gonna go with it, honestly. Like it was back and forth, back and forth. Really not too much interference. No interference, really.
No, just the typical elite stuff. The low blow leads to the win. It's always something kind of shifty.
Yeah, the low blow was shifty, but it could have went either way. Honestly, I watched it and I thought they were going to give Jungle Boy the win.
He had him in that snare trap. I don't remember what he countered out of, but he countered into the snare trap, and it was like, man, I thought for sure that he was going to tap. Cole barely made it to the ropes, it seemed like.
Yeah, just exactly what you would expect from an Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy match. I want to see more of those two feuding, which we did later on, but I want to see more of that because it's so good. I hope they do another tournament here in the future for well, they are doing another tournament in the future for a shot at the world title, which weird announcement that they made, but
yeah,
we'll get into that.
That led
so they're going to have another tournament. I'd like those two to be the ones going against each other. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, and the tournament is going to be for a what? I feel like I must have missed that announcement.
I think it said world title, but they just did the casino battle royale type thing, or not the battle royale, the ladder match.
Yeah.
But yeah, it says for a world title match. I don't know. Maybe I read it wrong or heard it wrong. Maybe it's for TNT. That'd make more sense. But yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that once we get to that. The next thing was what? Danielson.
We got my everybody America's new favorite nickname for Kenny Omega. Kenny No Balls.
I don't like it. Kenny's got big old balls, baby.
Yeah, he
Big
sure
old
does.
balls.
He does, but
No,
it's
what a
great.
guy. That was the. Oh, I'm trying to think. The second best match of AEW, I think.
Yep.
I put it only after the dog collar match between Cody and Brody Lee. That's my all-time favorite match, but it probably always will be because it was Brody Lee's last. Rest in peace.
Really? I did not see
But
that.
I think that was my. You got to go back and watch that. I'll find the date for you.
Please do.
What a match! I mean, just what else do you say about it? I know that we say that a lot, but unfortunately, and fortunately, AEW puts on these matches weekly that you can just say, "What a match!" Danielson is unreal.
He's so good, man. He's one of the best to do it. I mean, could not be more enjoyable to watch wrestle.
He was when he was WWE. He was for 2 or 3 years the best. I didn't like him all that much because he had a weird gimmicks here when he came back from his retirement. He had the whole vegan thing and then just being overly healthy type thing, which he may be vegan, he may be overly healthy. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But the gimmick itself was just very strange and I didn't like it. But his wrestling was just top notch and it is just better than it is there. Like he came out of the gates swinging and just fighting anybody that he wants to.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you.
But that match, yeah, that was 30-minute time limit.
Mm-hmm.
Went right to the ringer. Right, that's that match. Yes.
The one that went to draw. You're talking Danielson and Omega.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was. I didn't think it was going to, but it did, and it was cool. And then led into the whole Jungle Boy and everybody jumping in with him and making sure he doesn't get jumped by the Elite. Good storytelling there.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of storytelling, big drama brewing between Arn Anderson and Cody. We got that Dante Martin and Matt Sydal match, which, by the way, Dante Martin and Matt Sydal is a fun tag team. I'm into putting them together.
If both of their brothers never come back from injury, I'd love to see that happen more often. But obviously, I want both of their brothers to be healthy and if their tag teams go back to normal. But if God forbid that happens, God, what a phenomenal, just high flying pair that is. And then Lee Johnson and Cody was the same. I mean, I'd love to see that happen more often, but it doesn't seem like it with like you said, the Arn Anderson and Cody drama. Seems like Cody's going to be pushed out of the family a little bit.
Trying to figure out where we're going there. I liked the somewhere it came after. It might not even been that Dynamite, but we had a Malachi Black promo talking about spitting the black mist into Cody's face and like almost kind of made it seem like it was infecting him and influencing him, and that was kind of a cool thing. I like that. That was neat.
Yeah, and I can't get over Arn's now that we know Arn's
hacking,
clocked up,
cocked and glocked, baby,
packing some heat. My God, the memes that came after that were phenomenal. I don't know if you saw any of those, but I was trying so hard not to send them to you because I knew you weren't caught up yet. I was like, oh no, I can't ruin that Arn Anderson is just clocked up at all times.
New episode, same story. I watched all my wrestling in the past day and a half.
That's okay. That's all right. But these upcoming weeks, I'll probably be doing the same thing. So it'll be, especially with the Saturday night Dynamite coming up.
Yeah, we finally got in a swing here. Wednesday, Friday, and they're gonna fuck us up.
Yeah, right. That's all right. Every other week, every other Wednesday, we'll be dropping an episode. So
listen to it
13th will be the first.
right before your weekly dose of Dynamite. Get caught up on all the previous 2 weeks events, and then
That's the
rinse
plan.
and repeat.
That's the plan. Other than just the match being good and the drama, I felt like it was definitely just a lead up to the drama. Match was okay. It was just a lot of high flying and visually just amazing, but technically it was just that. The next one, the next match was the big surprise of the night for me.
Which is Mox Kingston and Darby versus Bear Country and a guy whose name I didn't write down.
Yes. Whom I don't remember.
Shame on us.
But
we're so prepared.
I didn't expect Bear Country to be on Dynamite, especially with this being like their biggest match so far. And it wasn't, nothing really led up to it. It was just kind of a random match, which you're going to have. You can't have a storyline for every match. It's just, you need those mid-card matches. But having Mox, Kingston, and Darby there was a big surprise for me. The match was good.
Bear Country's fun as shit to watch. I mean, they're just two fucking giant dudes going at it, and they have like, they have some fun like tag team moves they do together. But I totally agree with you. I mean, I'm sure you can see at the bottom of the of my note there, I put like what was the point of this match. Like at first, it seemed like Darby was angry because he never really got tagged in. But then they never played that further. Like I thought maybe we were building to some Mox and Kingston versus Darby and Sting thing. I don't know, but it never really materialized. It was just nothing.
Yeah. I don't know what it was about. It was okay. It was a good match. I mean, anytime you put, I'm going to watch anytime you put Darby and Kingston and everybody together. But I see your note there about Darby never really got a tag.
Yep.
Don't know what that was about either. I don't know if this was just like they needed the three guys, so they had Darby there and didn't really write him in all that much, or what the story was there. But maybe it's leading into something, breaking that pair up, or what. Because that pair never made sense. It's visually awesome and I love it, but it never really, other than 2.0 attacking them all, it was kind of like after that.
Yeah, it's off the wall beyond that. I'm happy to see them together, but it was just weird. Like the only action we even saw from Darby was I think he hit both the dudes in Bear Country with a coffin drop, and you see and took them both out. Like, come on, Darby weighs like a third of one of them.
Yeah.
It was just a little weird.
It was
Darby had a
match.
weird role in that match for sure.
But not to cut that one short, but HFO versus Orange and Dark Order was big for the night. Dark Order. We're in Rochester, in Brody Lee's hometown. We expected something big from Dark Order. We got it. Wasn't what we expected, but Dark Order reconciles and finally comes together with obviously the help of Amanda Huber.
That was great. That was absolutely awesome.
Evil Uno was walking out. Colt Cabana was chasing him down, and Amanda Huber came out with tears in her eyes. I had tears in my eyes, of course. Are you kidding me? Points him back in the ring at the end of the match. They go absolutely bonkers and kick the shit out of HFO.
Huge, crazy combos by everybody. They're just like rotating these guys around. It was awesome. Absolutely
just
awesome.
Teamwork. It was something we haven't seen since since really the start, since Brody Lee was out there showing them what to do. We didn't see that teamwork from them ever since that, and it's kind of cool. Even before the feuding, we didn't really see this. So it was amazing to see that. And then everybody's in the ring. I'm about to cry now. Damn. Everybody's in the ring, and they, shake hands and finally put whatever was bothering them aside, and we don't get Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for it the whole time. That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. And I read up on it afterwards, and I thought it was a little early, but it's not to his 90 days yet. So
Oh,
if
I
we
had read
see
that
it,
it was.
yeah, I
Hmm.
saw that it was something like it was only like 70 something days, so he still has a good chunk of time left. But he was one of those ones that nobody really knew when he was released, I guess. Even though they announced it with everybody else, I don't know.
Hmm.
But a lot of the people on that list too only had the 30 days,
Right.
so it kind of rolls into that. But
Yeah, he was one of the
I
higher
don't know.
tier names on that list for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then of course, Dan Lambert.
Yeah, like all we got all these picture in picture things. Can we go picture in picture next time Dan Lambert is talking? I mean, holy fuck,
Right,
man. I don't
right.
need it. It's
Although
just
I will say he's annoying as hell, but they're finally gonna do something about it.
yeah.
They're finally doing getting one of the top team people in a ring here next week. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll see what that's
But
going to be
yeah,
like. I don't know if I'm excited about it. Actually, I'm
what was
not.
that? That was an announcement for Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page versus Jericho, and who? I mean, well, what was that match that they announced for
Scorpio,
Rampage?
Ethan, and is it Jorge Masvidal versus
Well, that's the coming up match, right? But they had a match on Rampage that,
I
right?
don't
No,
think
they
so.
didn't.
No,
No,
I
maybe
don't think
not.
so.
Maybe I'm a liar. I thought there was something else that happened, but
There was
no, it
another
was
like
previous.
yeah, there was another yeah. You're talking about that Jericho and Hager versus
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah,
There was like
NWO.
another thing that happened that we're going to get to that I did enjoy for obvious reasons, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know about Masvidal getting in the ring. This whole gimmick is just not for me, and I think it's not for a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree. I am excited for the match that's gonna be hopefully the end of it all coming up. But
I'm excited to see
Paige Van
Jericho,
Zant,
Hager, and Guevara together. I'm cool
yes,
with that.
yes,
That's
I'm
always
cool with
fun.
that. Paige Van Zant today made a TikTok that it popped up as soon as I opened TikTok, and she goes, "Your new favorite professional wrestler," and it was her dancing
Saw
around.
that. Saw that.
I'm like, are you though? Are you?
Yeah, I mean, she's
You haven't really done anything
no. She hit Jericho that one time.
badly.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's whatever. There's no need to waste any more time on that. Let's
Yeah,
get to a match I know you loved. Bunny and Penelope versus TJ.
I hated it, dude.
Really? Hated
I
it? Come
hated
on, that's
it.
strong. You didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. Okay, and I'll explain myself here. I don't like matches where I don't know who I want to win.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
after everything that's been happening, I wanted TJ to win, and it's in Rochester. Of course, TJ has to win. It's Brody Lee's girls, so it has to be. But the match itself was just they need to get away from these four, and I didn't think I'd ever say that, but there was just so much of the same nonsense from before in every other match, and I just the outfits were great. Everybody looked good.
Yeah, they had
Everybody
the
was like matching.
matching kits on each team. It was sweet. Yeah, that was a great look. That was the highlight of it for me, I think, was the outfits.
But
That's a weird thing to say.
and then you put it here. Okay, that was one of my biggest things. Didn't see a lot of it because of commercial break.
Yep.
If there's one thing I cannot stand about Dynamite is the amount of picture in picture and how long it is. How long the picture in picture is. I'd almost prefer you just cut to commercial, do a little whatever, and then come back. But with picture in
Yeah.
picture, they're trying to do all these big things, and I can't see it.
It
I can't
happens
see it.
at
I can't hear it.
super inopportune times, and that
Yes,
would be
like
nice
the
to get on
last one
track.
being like 2 minutes before the end of the time. Like that's the best part of the match.
Yep.
That's the best part of the match. I want to see the match. But yeah, this one like came back and they were done, right? It was like finished
Yeah, it was quick.
10
I
seconds
mean,
after.
it was really fast.
So that was
it
probably
ended on the
part of it.
Queenslayer or something. I mean, it was right away as soon as they came back from commercial break.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. The next match though, that was my favorite of the night.
And new. Yeah,
Sammy. Which love Sammy. He's talented, and I think we talked about it. We said we don't think Miro's gonna. I don't think Sammy's gonna take it to Miro because what's next? And that's where I'm at. What's next? They're trying to build it, but just a great match. He did. He had to do Fuego's move, the tornado DDT, to get it done, which was cool.
Hits the tornado DDT and then his big 630 senton off the top.
Yep, so kind of a combo of both of them, which was cool. And then he got Fuego that nice Dodge Ram, so
yeah. I don't even want to. Yeah, I don't know. I'm cynical and I can't help myself. But like, we talk about how the Hyundai Sonata clearly had like the rental easy pass in the window, and then yeah, I don't. What it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. He gives Fuego a truck that clearly has rental tags in the window again. It's just, I get the sentiment behind it, but it's just kind of, it's see through. Like, just
somebody's got a car you can use. Like, just use it.
Yeah, I mean, well, whatever. It doesn't have to be a problem. It was just like a dumb thing that I'm looking at, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't give. I like how Fuego held up the keys though, and he goes, "I'll trade it right now for a shot at the TNT title." That was great.
Yeah, that was funny. But yeah, the match itself was just back and forth the whole time. You didn't know who was going to win. It was kind of surprised that Sammy came away with the win, which I love about matches that we've seen lately, is you really just can't tell who's going to win. It's not obvious. We've been wrong multiple times in the past few weeks or past few episodes.
Yep. How many episodes in a row? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, when I listen back, I'm always like, you idiot. You're wrong
why would
again.
You think that? How many episodes in a row have I said that I really just got to make time to watch live because I saw that Sammy won it before I watched, so I knew it was coming and I didn't get the big shocking ending. Yeah. So, social media. What I should stay off my Instagram Explore page because it's like wrestling and food videos. So I look at somebody make a chicken parm sub and then I see Sammy and Brody Lee Jr. and Sammy's got the TNT title and I'm like, well, fuck. I know what's coming.
Yeah, right. But that's okay. I mean,
happy for Sammy, man.
Other than Sammy like coming away with the win, it was like really. I mean, I don't know what's next for Sammy, and I don't know if he's going to be a good champion, but I'm happy for him.
We'll see. I think new blood is fine. The Miro gimmick was long worn out. They said it was a 140-day reign as champion. That's a long time to keep that same fucking thing going.
Yeah.
So, and there wasn't, there's like nowhere else you could have really taken it with Miro. You know what I mean? You could have just invented a new storyline, but like they were sticking with that. And at some point it had to come to an end, and why not Sammy? I'm cool with it. Let's see where he goes.
I'm just worried because now we have Sammy back with Inner Circle with Jericho and Hagar against Men of the Year and everything. And if they're going to take an angle like from this Dan Lambert thing and make it a TNT Championship thing, I'm going to be very upset.
Oh, yeah, give it to one of those guys
in that entire thing that I want to see that belt on, or even a chance at that belt on. I would normally say both Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky deserve it, but when they're with them, I cannot stand it.
I didn't mind them as heels. I didn't mind them throwing Darby down the stairs. None of it.
That's great.
Don't align them with this fucking boomer cuck Dan Lambert. You know what I mean?
Terrible.
Yeah, I'm not into it at all. Not into it at all.
But we got a lot to talk about here, so let's move on to Rampage.
We got a lot to talk about because that's how I take notes. I mean, for whatever it's worth, we usually gloss over a lot of this.
Yeah, of course, but I want to get into
Cody's living in my head
once, but we have bigger news at the end that we want to get to. So make sure you listen all the way through all this. 2 great episodes. This Dynamite was probably my favorite, or Dynamite Rampage was probably my favorite Rampage yet.
Yeah.
And that's bold. That's very bold. But once
Rampage
again, starting
keeps
off
getting
with a
better.
big one. Yeah,
Yep.
it does. It does. It really does. And started
Okay.
right off with another big one. Bryan Danielson versus Nick Jackson.
How weird was it to see Nick Jackson fighting in a solo match?
I liked it.
How many times has that happened? I'd be curious throughout his career.
I feel like this. I felt like when he was coming out, I was like, "Is this the first one he's had?" But I feel like it's not the first one he's had with AEW. Even I think they did
Let's
something
look.
similar.
Let's see if a
But
quick Google search will tell us while you're talking about something.
just the match itself was expected and kind of not lackluster, because that's the wrong word, because it was a phenomenal match, but it was predictable. There we go. It was
Yeah.
predictable. We knew who was walking away with the win. Obviously, you're getting the Kenny. You're gonna come out and do it.
Yeah. He
Um,
was never going to lose to Nick Jackson. I mean, that's absolutely
yeah,
true.
yeah. Other than that, I mean, it was back and forth, back and forth. They did a lot of outside the ring action. Of course, some interference or attempted
Always.
interference.
Always.
But just it was what I expected. A good opening match. A good opening match.
How do you think fucking Brandon Cutler's face is after getting booted
Ooh.
straight between the eyes again?
He takes some punishment.
He takes some bumps, dude. He gets fucking and that's his role, man. Play your part.
But yeah, I'm
The
sure he's hurting.
what did you think? It was very good for me up until the end. The tap right at the end, it seemed to happen so quick. There wasn't really any like seeming no, there didn't seem to be any agony from Nick Jackson. You know, like that submission was just kind of like
Yeah,
locked it in, immediate tap, and I was like,
it was quick. It
didn't
was
sell
quick.
it
It
for
was
me.
like a I know what's coming and I'm not getting out of this type tap. It showed fear, which I don't know if that was intentional or what, but it looked like he was scared. I'm tapping out of this before it even gets anywhere, is how I looked at it.
I didn't come at it that way, but I think you're probably right. For those of you keeping up for trivia, Nick Jackson has fought once solo in AEW. It looks like 2019 against Ray Phoenix.
Okay.
Matt was injured allegedly, and before that, it had been 4 years, June of 2015 in New Japan.
Okay.
As part of the Best of the Super Junior tournament. So it has
I remember
happened,
that
but
Ray
it has
Phoenix.
not happened often.
Yeah, I remember that Ray Phoenix match now that you're bringing it up, because it was like very strange. I want to say it was a tournament for title, but I don't remember.
Weird one.
It was weird, but it was COVID times. No,
Weird shit was
pre-COVID
happening.
times. It was
Oh yeah,
pre-COVID.
pre-2019. That's how fucking long we've been in this thing that we're just like, yeah, it's been like 6 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, it was what it was. It was an opening match. It was good.
Hyped up
How
the
much money?
feud, Elite and Jurassic Express and Christian and Danielson. I mean, it's what led into that tag team match, you know. So
Yeah, which was, we'll get to it, but I love it. I feel like at this point you could put Daniel Bryanson. Yeah, Daniel Bryanson.
I do it all the time, dude. It's probably in my notes somewhere. That's why you said that, because I did it today.
Bryan Danielson. You could put him with anybody right now, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. It's cool. You could put him with Dan Lambert, and I'm like, oh, Dan Lambert's the best thing to ever happen to AEW.
That feels like a stretch, but I get the sentiment behind what you're saying. Just a little though, not much.
Maybe a little, but yeah, that don't know where they came up with that whole thing. Obviously, Christian and him have met before and whatnot, but weird friendship but I guess anytime you have anybody against the elite, it's everybody versus the elite. So
Yeah, I think that's it.
whatever,
And it's like
I'm into it.
a friend of friend of a friend or whatever. I don't know, but whatever. However, it's aligning. It's cool. It led to a great tag team match that we'll get to. Three-way Jade, triple threat Jade versus Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa.
What a match!
Thunder Rosa is so fucking good.
All three of them are so fucking good.
I know, but I love Rosa. I love Nyla Rose too. I'm not going to talk more about how much I dislike Jade Cargill. Actually, I will, but we'll get to that later.
I love Jade Cargill.
Somebody needs to teach her how to use a chair, though.
Yes. That's actually something I was going to bring up is it sounds like, there's some Twitter beef all over the place. Whenever anybody's coming up with a match, they get on Twitter, keep up the kayfabe. But Allie said that to her. You need to learn how to use a chair.
Yeah, it was not. I mean, just didn't sell it at all. Good on Rosa, taking the hits the way she did and trying to make something out of nothing. But she was just like gripping it really high and like tapping her with it.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, it was weird for me.
She's definitely more of a technical wrestler or more of a powerhouse, really, just picking up and throwing and just using muscles.
She does probably one of the best spine busters in professional wrestling.
It's so brutal. I love it.
It's absolutely
love
great.
It. But yeah, her with the chair, not good.
Rosa put fucking Nyla through a table outside the ring. Huge power bomb off the top rope.
Oh,
nasty.
Incredible though.
Yeah.
Just I would have been happy with this match, and I do like those matches where I could be happy with anybody winning.
Yep.
I'm glad Jade won, but I don't like how she won, if that makes sense.
Do you want to read the last line of my note on that match?
Jade wins, boo. Yeah, I don't know why they gave her the win, but I'm okay that they did.
I think it's just to preserve her fucking undefeated streak. I was thinking about that because they talked about it during the match.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. We talked about Malachi's Blast Mist.
And then we got the hair versus hair match. Main event.
Ooh, hair versus hair. Main event.
The irony of bald Bryce Remsburg being the official for that match, I hope is lost on no one because that was 100% on purpose.
I didn't notice, honestly.
It's That's like funny. The first thing I noticed. I don't know why, but weirdest thing that they talked about, like on Jack Evans' entrance, it popped up on his nameplate. Not his first hair versus hair match. This was his fourth hair versus hair match in his career.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he was 2-1 before that, and he's now 2-2. So he's kept his hair twice and lost his hair twice.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. The match was short. It was what we needed out of it. HFO kind of losing.
No, obviously zero chance that Jack Evans was ever going to win that match. But here's what I'll say, and I'm trying to pay more attention to these things instead of negatively talking about a wrestler for one reason or another. Jack Evans sells moves as good as anyone. I would say that orange punch that he took is the best that I've seen Orange Cassidy lay out on someone in a while. Yep. He like flipped over and landed flat on his face. I mean, it was as good of a finisher as I've seen in a long time.
He's a dirty looking dude, but he's good. I do like him.
They gave him the matching butcher
if
cut.
Anything, at least taking hits. Yeah.
Yeah. But we talked about how he looks like he smells bad, but maybe the haircut will help that. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. The haircut looked pretty mediocre that they gave him.
They shaved it at the top, long on the sides, man. They want him to match fellow HFO member Butcher.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But then, then it ends. The show ends with Dark Order and Brody Jr. in the ring. I mean, it was great.
Expected.
Yep.
Where'd you go from there? That was it. That was it. That was the end of it. End of the
That's
Rochesters.
Yep. And into Philadelphia for the 2-year anniversary of Dynamite.
Oh,
Holy shit. Started with that big 8-man tag, and that was as good of a match as, I mean, that's the best match. For me, that's probably the best match out of these 4 shows that we're going to end up talking about.
Really? I've noticed you like these big tag team matches.
I don't know why I do, but yeah, I fucking do, man, for sure. It was just great. I mean,
it was good. It was good. It was
Jungle
a good
Boy
match.
spent 90% of the time in the ring. But yeah.
Well, yeah, Jungle Boy and Adam Cole really was my big note on it. I remember that. I don't have my notes, but I remember that. Just once again, that rivalry that they're feeding is incredible. I think it's one of the best we've seen, and anything they do with it, I'm in. I'm on board. And then having Danielson and Danielson against the Elite still is huge. Like, you just have 2 of these rivalries all at once just going together, and I'm in. I want to see from this. I want to cut out Christian and Luchasaurus, and I want to cut out the Young Bucks, and I just want to see Jungle Boy and Adam Cole, or Jungle Boy versus Adam Cole with Danielson and Kenny Omega.
It's like a tag.
As a tag. Like, obviously,
I could get into that.
Jungle Boy and Danielson versus Omega and Adam Cole.
I followed you.
My God, can you imagine that match?
It could be coming. Who knows? I
hope it is. I mean, you have to do something.
You got to feel a little bit for Luchasaurus because he is great, but he's always just he's just the other half of Jurassic Express.
Which is when you have a gimmick as a dinosaur, what else? Like, that's your peak. That's your peak, is being the sidekick, not the sidekick, but like the pairing.
Yeah.
Of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Jungle Boy can do whatever he wants to because it's Jungle Boy. He's not stuck in one little gimmick.
Yeah, maybe it's the gimmick that holds Luchasaurus back, because he is a great wrestler. I mean, for a big dude, he does that standing fucking moonsault, the Mesozoic moonsault or whatever he calls it. I mean, he is more talented than a lot of those big guys that you have seen throughout the years, just in general.
If they do more singles matches with big guys, I think you'll see Luchasaurus make a run at that. But they don't really. It's all kind of these littler, middle-sized guys. The big guys are all in tag teams.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah, they're all enforcers in one way or another. Kind of, they're the heavy of a team. Sure.
The only ones that you really don't have tagging would be like Powerhouse, Hobbs, and Brian Cage. But they're doing their own little thing now that's hopefully done.
A quick aside on Hobbs. As a wrestler, you've made it to that level. And would you choose your outfit to be overalls that look like they got airbrushed at the Papa Balloon with a dart stand at the county fair?
I think I like it. I don't know. I like it. I like that he's like, ever since starting in AEW, he's kind of been wearing the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I like the consistency. You didn't sell out. I'm asking people to sell out, Josh.
I could get into the airbrush on something, but man, overalls is not the medium for me. It's not the route I would have gone.
I'm going to buy myself a pair.
It was
what a merch opportunity there, though, right? Airbrushed overalls.
You know what? You're not wrong. I mean, if you can't differentiate your merch somewhere, he's like, fuck pro wrestling tees. Come buy my fucking overalls. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, pro wrestling overalls. The next big site. Quick,
get on Squarespace right now. Reserve that domain name, prowrestlingoveralls.com.
Will do. Oh, Powerhouse Hobbs already owns it. This is bullshit.
So we had a fun little promo from Punk after that, just doing Punk things. But how cool was it giving away the Jordans to the kid dressed as Orange Cassidy after?
That was cool. That was the only thing I liked about it. I'm kind of done with the Punk promos every week.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and that's kind of, he alluded to it too. He's like, "Is anybody sick of this?" And like, nobody's gonna say yes, but it's like you don't need to come out every week and talk about how glad you are to be back, and just get in there and wrestle, man. That's what we want to see from you. And he's great on commentary. I love him on commentary. Keep doing that. But yeah, I don't need you to come out at some point every week and just tell me you're glad to be back. Let's build some storylines with Punk.
Storylines need to start coming. It's been over a month, or just about a month.
Yeah.
Let's get doing something here. I know they have a storyline with him. You know, he's taking on Team Taz, and he's going to take on whoever else. And he moved on to Daniel Garcia. Like, what? Why? Why are you coming out here being like, you guys want to see me wrestle tonight? Which isn't tonight. It's supposed to be Friday.
Yeah, funny way they're handling that. I mean, it's not like it's a secret that Rampage is taped.
No. Yeah, of course, Rampage is taped. We get it, but it kind of ruins the whole commentary for Rampage. Is you're like, oh, this isn't Friday. This is still Wednesday.
Yeah,
dummies.
Yeah, it does a little. Why do I want to see Hook wrestle so bad? I want Hook.
I don't know, but
Punk.
I do too. And it doesn't. I don't know if it's coming or what's going on, but it needs to happen.
I don't know if it's just because he's Taz's son. I like his look. He's got this kind of brawler look about him. I don't know. I want to see him get in the ring. I want to see what he can do. How old is he? Do we have any idea? Is that the problem? Is he like? Is he not
16.
Old enough to wrestle?
Oh, that'd be funny.
Hook. Let's see what's up with Hook. Hook is. It literally like doesn't.
Hook is 22.
99. He was born.
Yep, 22.
He's currently training with Cody, it says. Okay, so maybe he's not there yet.
Maybe.
I would like to see him be there.
When he's there, he better be there because he is needed big time if they're going to do anything with Team Taz.
Yep. Yeah, it's not. I don't like Ricky Starks that much, man. I'll just say it.
I love Ricky Starks. I hate Ricky Starks fighting the same people. Ricky Starks needs to move on from this FTW bullshit and get into the actual singles competitions where he can show what he has. Because he's so good, but not wrestling Cage every other week.
Yeah. Yeah, we finally got Cage back, and we'll get there. Maybe. Is this a good match to put that whole thing to rest? I don't know. Kind of feels like there wasn't closure on it for me.
Yeah. I don't know, but what was next? Sammy
and Bobby Fish. I don't want to disrespect the man, but I was going to suggest to you that we call this episode "Who the Fuck is Bobby Fish?"
You didn't know who Bobby Fish was? Come on now.
No.
Bobby Fish.
I know he's a longtime guy. I mean, I did some Googling, but they said it at first, and it just wasn't a name that immediately sparked anything for me.
Yeah, so he is one of the only ones that came from NXT with the same name.
Oh, okay. He
kept his own name.
That's a rarity coming from.
He's good. He's older. He doesn't look it, but he's older.
He said he's like 19 or 20 years or something. He's been doing.
Yeah, he's been a wrestler. How old he actually is? I know he's been doing it for a while.
But it was good. I mean, he's
44.
Okay. I mean, they said he's a combat sports guy. You can tell that in his look and his style, and it was good. I mean, it's not like he was going to beat Guevara. You know that going into it, but it was a good match.
Yeah. As far as as far as he goes, I didn't watch a lot of his career. I watched him in WWE, obviously, for a little while. And he was a tag team guy. He was a tag team guy pretty much the entire time he was there, I'm pretty sure,
I
from
think
what I remember of him.
Excalibur. Yeah, I think Excalibur alluded to that during that match.
But it was cool. It was a good match. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't expect it to be. When Bobby Fish did the open challenge or responded to the open challenge, I didn't expect him to be all Elite Wrestling signed and everything like he is now.
Mm-hmm.
But God, if that was a match to show that you can be, I'm in. I There was times where I'm like, are they going to give this to Bobby Fish? I
Yeah,
knew
I
they
mean
wouldn't.
it was back and forth. It was not a one-sided affair at all. You know, for Sammy's first defense of the title. Yeah, I agree with that. Sure.
Yeah.
And it led into a American top
Uh,
team all coming from different corners and coming into the ring and going after Sammy, but thank God for the crowd in Philadelphia booing him so fucking loudly that you probably could not hear him in that arena. We heard him on the
I couldn't.
broadcast. You could not hear him in the arena, guaranteed.
I couldn't hear him on the broadcast barely.
Yeah. That
It's
was
nice.
great. But I feel like I mean Philadelphia is kind of notoriously a city where they just do shit like that. Like they'll
Yeah.
boo anybody in Philly, but
Oh God, yeah.
like is that not an indication to the upper level at AEW that like this Dan Lambert thing isn't working? Nobody wants it. It's not what it's designed to be, I don't think.
Yeah.
I get what they're looking for in it, but it's just I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't think anybody wants it. Nobody
I
is
agree.
excited when Dan Lambert is coming down to the ring.
I agree. It's if this last match, which I am excited for, like I said, I want to see those three together again. I miss kind of some of the inner circle nonsense. As long as it's not against the Pinnacle, I'm happy with it.
Mm-hmm. I'll back that up.
I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to see what American team can actually do in the ring, if that makes sense. And it's
Yeah,
not
I'm
just going to be a
afraid
jump
it's.
fest.
I'm afraid of like I don't know if they're going to be. I'm sure Dan Lambert will be accompanying that. I don't know if there's going to be some kind of bullshit interference. I mean, the idea of
I'm
Jorge
hoping.
Masvidal in a pro wrestling ring seems kind of weird anyway. But
Yeah, yeah. I'm okay with it. That flying knee that he landed on Jericho looked good, so I'm hoping he
dirty,
can do the same in an
sure.
actual match. Interference, I'm not really too worried about because Inner Circle's got dudes that can be out there too.
Oh yeah, maybe we get a little visit
You
from
know?
Santana and Ortiz. You're right. Okay,
Yeah, so
that could be
I don't
fun.
know. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. But that was a nice little promo of promos. And then who's next?
That was when
Oh,
they
weird Matt.
yeah, weird match, but really quick before that
Oh,
was when we got the promo with Tony Schiavone and Aubrey, and they announced the new championship that we've been waiting for, and lo and behold, it's in the women's division. That's
yes,
exciting.
it is. Not what I wanted from it, but it's still exciting. A women's secondary title.
You wanted
We've
women's
talked
tag.
about it. I wanted a women's tag, but we've talked about it. There's so many good women in this division that aren't getting shots. This will finally give them shots, give them some TV time. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, it's
Let's
much needed because you need to showcase some more of those women because they're great, and one
Yeah, and
title is
they're
not going to serve them all.
yep, and they're gonna do a tournament for it, which is gonna be sweet.
Going to be great.
Hopefully, who did they announce so far? Bunny and Jade.
Is was this last Rampage on Friday? The Jade versus Sky Blue match wasn't part of that tournament, right?
I
That was just
don't
like a grudge match,
think
I think.
so. I think that was just a grudge match, but they did Bunny and Jade are coming up, and I think
Yeah.
that's part of the tournament.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll find out, but I'm pretty sure that's part of it. I'm just excited for the tournament. That's going to be really cool to see a lot of women's wrestling on TV.
All the women in that in AEW were so good. Maybe we get some Julia Hart back. Haven't seen her in a while. Miss her, love her.
Yeah.
Would like to see her in the ring more.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod. Friend of the pod, Julia Hart. Anyway. Yeah, weird match followed that. Darby and Nick Camarado.
Oh.
And I like Nick Camarado, but that was kind of a
too, but
what?
That's the second match Darby's been involved in that just doesn't make sense to me. And maybe it's going somewhere, maybe it's just a filler, but
yeah, Darby's getting some weird booking.
Yeah, I feel like it's time to lean off of Darby a little bit and kind of put focus on somebody else, give somebody else a push. I love Darby. Don't get me wrong; he needs to stay on Dark and do his thing and keep going. But they're trying too hard to keep these guys on TV right now, I think.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's not
just
hitting.
Getting him some
it's not
FaceTime
hitting.
somewhere. Yeah.
It's not hitting because that match was not good. It didn't need to be there. It was just there.
Did it even lead to anything? I'm trying to remember. I mean, there was like no promo or anything after that. It like set up.
Just ended, and there was a lot of commercial and
yeah. I mean, later in the night, right? Wasn't that after that match? Later in the night, that Alex Marvez meets Darby backstage and says Tony Khan is signing the match for you versus MJF. Do you accept? And then he gets jumped by a limo, random guys in masks. That's very obviously the Pinnacle. Part of me wanted it Darby not to be the Pinnacle.
Yeah, right. Darby and MJF is a good match. It's going to be a good match, and it's a good rivalry. But why are you putting him up against Bear Country and Nick Camarado and whatnot beforehand? They're not affiliated with the Pinnacle, and if maybe that's where they're heading, is they're henchmen for MJF. But say that, tell us that, do something about it. It's just a weird match that I don't really want to spend too much time on, honestly.
No, I totally agree. I don't have anything to say about it. And it's weird because, like, I've said it, I like Nick Camarado. I want to see him do some solo stuff, but that ain't it for me.
Yep.
That's just not it.
I'm the same way. I like him, but I don't think he's TV ready. I don't think there's a match out there that's ready for him. I like him a lot on Dark.
Yeah, he's good on Dark.
He's really good.
Yeah,
he's really good. And that's not to say he can't work his way up there. I think that's definitely possible. He's really good and can be. There just needs to be the right opponents for him.
Yep. Yeah, all it led to at the end, I remember now, was QT like took out Sting, and Sting bounced right back up and hit QT with a Scorpion Death Drop. That was all that came of that match at the end, which was, I think, just a crowd pleaser, like get people hyped thing. Yeah. That was all it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do love our boy Dante Martin getting a promo after that, and then getting interrupted by Malachi Black. Holy shit, Dante versus Malachi, dude, that's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for it. I'm excited.
I am too, and that's Saturday, right? It's for Dynamite.
Yeah, I think that's a Dynamite match. Yeah.
Just Dante getting the promo alone was sweet. Open challenge. And I was like, oh, who's gonna? And as I'm saying it, the lights go out. I'm like, oh my god, yes, that's gonna be incredible.
Did not see that coming at all.
Me neither. I didn't think they were gonna move away from Malachi Black versus the Nightmare Family yet, or Nightmare Factory. And they did, and I was just like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Yeah, I think Dante's going to give him a good run for his money. I mean, I doubt he beats him. I wouldn't be mad if he did, because Dante Martin has some abilities that I think he could pull one over on him. I think he probably won't, but I think it should be a good match. It's not going to be a one-sided affair. Not at all.
No. I think if there's somebody that they're going to give a win against Malachi Black, it could be Dante Martin. Like, he is getting kind of a push right now, and it's sweet.
That's what I
But
was just gonna say. Was if they give him a win, it is strictly to just keep him moving up. It is to keep him on this upward trajectory that we've seen him on for the last few weeks, and I would be okay with it. As much as I love Malachi Black, love Dante Martin too.
yeah.
Love this new Black Mist thing that Malachi's doing too. Cool thing. I like it. Old school a little bit. I mean, old school, not old school, but like takes me back to my childhood a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Who was that guy in WWE? There used to be I think he was Japanese. Can't remember his name. His finisher was he would spit the green mist. I can't remember his name.
um
Trying to look.
Not Lord Ten. Was that it?
That
Asuka uses it right now, but that's not who you're talking about.
I am talking about Tajiri. Yoshihiro Tajiri.
Okay.
I think he had he didn't have a super long run in WWE. I remember it from when I was a kid, and in one of the wrestling video games, you could like set that as your character's finisher, and I always did because I thought it was so cool, spitting the green mist in the face. By the way, that's keep an eye out for an upcoming, I mean, not soon upcoming, but like once the AEW video game gets a release date, we're going to be talking wrestling video games, and I am so excited for that episode.
Absolutely. I can't wait. What was next? That was
Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. Can you refresh my memory as to why I know Serena Deeb's name? Is she just an AEW name that I blocked out of my mind for some reason? Why do I know who she is?
Well, you didn't really watch WWE when she was in WWE, I don't think.
No.
Just Serena. But I don't know why you would know her really. She's the woman of 1,000 holds.
I literally, they said her name and I'm like, I know her name, but I have no face to put to it. And I don't know what I know her from.
She did, she was part of the Straight Edge Society with Luke Gallows and CM Punk.
Okay, maybe that's it. Is she the one that got like in trouble because there was like security camera footage of her sitting at a bar drinking?
I don't remember.
We're putting Google to work in this episode. This is a new thing for us.
Let's see if she got kicked off the
I know somebody did, and I feel like that is where I'm drawing.
Yeah, no, that is 100% it. Yep, reportedly for not living out her straight edge persona in public.
Yeah, okay. So that's why I know her name, because there was CCTV footage of her sitting in a bar drinking while she was supposed to be part of the Straight Edge Society. Okay.
That's funny. I didn't remember that until literally you said that, and I had to look it up. That's funny.
Well, whoever she is, whatever she drinks, she stole Sheeta's 50th win.
Good for her.
Yeah, you're not a little bummed?
No, I was happy about it, honestly. I like Sheeta, but
we like the unexpected. We talked about that.
I like the unexpected, yeah.
Then hits her with the trophy afterward. That was that was cool. I kind of figured that would happen if she won, but that was cool. Yeah, I mean, Sheeta's great. Serena clearly has all those, weird pins and submissions that she does. The woman of 1,000 holds thing. So it was a good match. Not a ton to say about it, but good match.
And then that leads us to the ladder match, right?
Yeah, good. I was excited for this. What's funny is I also saw, in addition to seeing that Sammy won the TNT, the other night I saw something about Hangman coming back. But the whole time in my brain, I'm like, man, who is the Joker going to be? Are we going to get some other like new name coming in? Not unlike how Ruby Soho came in at the Casino Battle Royale for the women's tournament. And then his music hits and I'm like, oh yeah, Hangman came back and this is the last match of the night. When the hell did I think he was going to show up? So that was a great match. Great match all around.
Yeah, really good match. It was what I expected. The three rivalries, I guess, that were going on in that match. They all kind of focused on each other. So you had Andrade and Pac.
Yep. Mox and
Orange
Archer.
Cassidy and Matt Hardy, which poor Orange Cassidy has to go against Matt Hardy in a ladder match.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, if there's one place you don't want to meet Matt Hardy.
That's on a ladder. He
I
might
really,
be, besides his brother, he might be the best ladder match athlete out there.
I wanted maybe is my memory just bad, or was the Swanton Bomb not like both of their things back in the day? They both did it, didn't they?
I don't
Anyway,
think so.
but was it always Jeff's thing and I'm just misremembering and thinking I can see Matt in my brain doing it? Because he went up on that ladder when he had Orange on the table and I was like, he did the thing and I was like, all right, Swanton Bomb. And then he hit the leg drop and I was like, oh, maybe Matt does the leg drop and Jeff does the Swanton Bomb.
Yeah, he pretty much always did the leg drop.
Okay. Well, then I was just, I guess I'm once again wishing for some Jeff Hardy in place of Matt Hardy. But it's okay. It was,
I mean, there had to have been time where he did. I guess.
Maybe I'm like, I latched onto one super specific incidence of it in my head. I don't know. Doesn't
Maybe.
matter. Let's not let that distract from the fact that that was a great match. I loved when Moxley's theme hit and Archer is in the ring alone, has a chance to go up and get the chip, and instead goes out to meet Mox in the crowd and they start going at it.
Oh, I loved it.
I love that Mox still entered through the crowd even in that type of match too.
A little shorter of an entrance, but still nonetheless through the crowd.
Yep.
And expectedly, and Archer went after him, which was cool. What a match. I mean, it just fighting, which was cool. Nobody really went after the ring until the end.
Yep.
There was a few moments where they thought about it, I guess, but
fighting
on top of ladders, but nothing.
Andrade met Pac on the top of the ladder with that sweet springboard off the ropes and latches onto the ladder, and Orange had that quick slide in and he runs up to meet I don't remember who he met on the ladder. It was one of them. It wasn't Hardy. Anyway. Yeah,
it was who we met.
It was a good match, and I'm excited for Hangman to get another title shot. You think they give it to him this time? Because they really duped us last time.
You know what? I don't know because I'm sitting here like this entire time thinking, oh, okay, so this is where Bryan Danielson's going, is after the title, after Kenny Omega, and now you're adding Adam Page back in. So I'm like, oh, what are we gonna do here? What's gonna happen?
Another triple threat like they did with Pac and Orange Cassidy?
I don't see him doing another triple threat.
No,
maybe, but I'm thinking maybe an Adam Page versus Danielson for. Oh no, I guess you can't really do that. I guess.
Yeah, because he's got the chip.
Or maybe Bryan Danielson, winning the title and Adam Page cashing in right away.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. My heart says that maybe it might be Page's time, but yeah, you're right. I don't know. The Danielson thing really throws a wrench in that.
Or does it just give them more time to work out the Elite versus Danielson instead of Danielson going after a title? Because he said he's not ready for that. You know what I mean? He's just there to fight the best. Let him go through his people, get his stats worked up, and then go for the title.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe you're right.
Who knows?
I don't know. If we know one thing, it's that you'll often think one thing, and they're certainly going to surprise you somewhere. So.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? That ended Dynamite for us. Then we went into Friday's Rampage, which started with a match I know you're dying to talk about.
Oh,
Punk and our boy.
This is Daniel Garcia.
Red Death Daniel Garcia.
Oh, I wanted Garcia to win so bad.
I mean, it was a great look for Garcia. He hung with Punk. And did you see the Sports Illustrated article that came out about what CM Punk said about Daniel Garcia?
No.
So the headline reads, CM Punk, 23-year-old Daniel Garcia is light years beyond his age.
Oh, and he is. He's just so good. He's so good. I wanted him to win so badly. You know, the last time I wanted somebody to beat CM Punk? Never. That's
Yeah.
never happened. I've never wanted anybody to beat CM Punk. CM Punk could have gone undefeated for the rest of his life, and I would have been happy. I wanted Daniel Garcia to beat him. I don't know if it's just because he's a Buffalo boy, or if it's just the
He's a
pure
Buffalo
heart this
boy,
kid
and
has.
he's that good. That's what it
He
is.
is that good. It's incredible. And
Yeah.
I'm just ready for him to take on anybody and everything because he can sit there with the best of them. He just did. He just wrestled the best in the world and looked just. I almost want to say he looked better.
Yep.
Like until the end, I thought he had it.
Yep.
Until that final submission, I thought he was. I was like, CM Punk is going to tap to Daniel Garcia.
What he said, if I can quote this article, so quick shout out to Justin Barrasso, who wrote this article that I'm going to quote for Sports Illustrated. He said, Daniel Garcia is light years beyond his age. He's just shy of half my age, and I can only compare him to when I was that young. He's in a better spot than when I was that age. Everything builds off a great foundation, and he's very fundamentally sound. He's trained by the Blade, who is an excellent fucking wrestler. He's respectful, he listens, he's not corny, and he doesn't kiss ass. He's everything I possibly want in a wrestler on a television show.
That's good. That's awesome. Good for him. Can you imagine being 23 and CM Punk is praising you like that?
Yeah.
My God.
I mean, yeah. Could you get a better fucking compliment at that point in your career?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. But that led into what, Leo Rush, right?
I think. I don't have a note on it. This whole
Leo
Leo
Rush
Rush. So is
getting
Leo
Matt
Rush is he a wrestler or a manager? What's his
I think
story?
manager at this point. I think he will wrestle, but I think he's just management. Who's he managing?
Nobody really he reached out to Dante Martin was the whole thing. And
That's
Matt
right. That's
Sydal
right.
kind of said like, hey, I don't know. And
I'm
Leo
taking
Rush was like,
advantage of him.
let me prove myself and get you a match with CM Punk. And you know what? CM Punk and Matt Sydal? How is that
That's
going to be a
pretty
bad
awesome.
match? How is
That's
that going to
pretty
be a bad match?
Matt Sydal is one of those guys that I don't care if he ever wins, but he is good at making others look phenomenal.
Which is a huge, huge important trait to be a good wrestler.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's like half the battle for wrestling is making everything look good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's going to be a good match. I can't wait for it. But then we got, what else do you say about that? We'll see that. We'll talk about it next podcast.
Yeah.
But
no, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun match for sure. Acclaim versus Lucha Brothers, a title defense match I didn't need.
Yep, didn't need it. That's all I have to say about it. Honestly, it's Ray Phoenix and Penta doing what they need to do to get rid of the competition. Yeah, that's that.
Fear Factor is a great tag finisher. If you have to pull a takeaway from it, every time they hit it, it's a great finisher.
I hate the Acclaimed. I love them. I like Bowens alone, but Max Caster ruins everything for me. I can't do it.
It's an annoying gimmick. It doesn't work for me.
It really is. It really is. But
it feels.
That's all I had to say about it.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it fits in AEW.
No,
for me.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It feels forced every week. They just insult. They feel like they're trying to be MJF, just not as good.
Yeah, it's like Target brand MJF insults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Target brand. Target brand's kind of top.
Yeah, all right. Target brand's good. Whatever. Right. Walmart brand, sure. The great value MJF insults is what you get out of Max Caster's raps. Another match we don't need to talk about: Jade versus Sky Blue.
I feel you on that. Wasn't what I needed, but I think getting Sky Blue some TV time was good.
I think that's the idea, but Jade is going down the same path as Miro for me, man, and I don't. They keep talking about how all her finishes come in 2 minutes or less, and she's undefeated. And it's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Put her against somebody that'll kick her ass then.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I get
I don't
that. Yeah, didn't need it. It was a good match for what it was, but it was just Jade kicking this guy's ass, and that was about it.
What it's doing is hyping up the Rosa and Jade feud. And let me tell you, Rosa's theme hits, and I get pumped up, man. She's got one of the better themes in AEW. It's not, it's no all about the boom, but it is very good.
I'm just glad they moved away from Excuse Me and are letting that play again. So it was that, and then when Guerrero came, it was Excuse Me, Guerrero's music, or not really music, just her screeching. And then back to Nyla Rose. So, back to Nyla Rose. Yeah, I'm excited for whatever comes from that. I'm sure it's going to end up being second round in the tournament or something along those lines. Yeah, but I don't know, because Nyla Rose, I don't know if Nyla Rose is going to be part of the tournament, because she's kind of already in talks for main title again. You know what I mean? She's always been in that talk.
Yeah, you're not going to see every one of the wrestlers in the women's division in this tournament, so I'm interested. We know Ruby is going to be in it. Sky Blue is going to be in it, but she's just not a real contender yet. She's just not there. That's not a knock against her, but she's just not there yet, and that's fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
Jade. It's obviously Rosa will be in it because she's feuding with Jade, so they're going to pull her from kind of the main title thing for a little bit. Well, and main title, I mean, is that how we're treating this? Is it main title and the TBS title? Is it like a AEW championship and TNT?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
I would say so.
Main event on that Rampage, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, which surprisingly was a better match than I expected it to be.
Yeah, no, really, really was. That was kind of, if that's the end of it, I'm happy.
Yeah, it's like we said. I feel like the closure wasn't there, but I'm glad it was a no DQ match. You could kind of feel the bad blood, and it was good. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I saw some. I don't know if it was rumors so much as just speculation, but like, did you see the thing? Brian Cage's wife or whatever tweeted something about how he's not being used properly in AEW and he should go somewhere where he'll be appreciated. And
yeah, I saw that, and he's been liking a lot of tweets that have been kind of like he agrees with that type of stuff. I'm not sure that I do. I've said it before, I'm done with this, and I need Brian Cage and Ricky Starks to go off and do their own thing.
Yep.
But you got to finish it. You got to take it as it is. What else do you want them to do? You're on main TV. It's not like you're being shoved down to dark or anything along those lines. You're on cable.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know.
You really get to complain?
I don't know. We'll see if he ends up looking elsewhere. It seems like maybe they'll get him into another storyline. I can't imagine they continue this FTW thing. No, nobody really gives a fuck about the FTW championship outside of Team Taz, so I don't.
And they could. That could be the cruiserweight.
If they sanction it or something, yeah. Taz talked about that on commentary, how it's never been recognized by a promotion as an official title. Maybe it needs to go that way.
I don't need it to be official because it never has been. And it's been around forever.
Yeah, sure.
Let it go. Let that be like your smallest title, and let it be your like cruiserweight, or go through Dark. Like, let it be fought on Dark. Let it be fought on Elevation. Like, let it go throughout all of your promotions.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? But yeah, that was a good match, and that was kind of the last one, right?
That ended our 4 episodes of coverage, but I know we have a little more news to talk about before we depart.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to say that this Friday, the start of the tournament is the Bunny and Ruby Soho. I think I said Bunny, and don't remember who I said.
I think
Jade.
Yeah, you said Bunny and Jade.
Jade was feuding with somebody else, but I don't remember it. Either way.
Well, that's a bummer because I don't think Bunny's going to get it over Ruby.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It could be a little surprise. Once again, I'm glad
Yeah,
that
we
they're
say
putting
that.
Ruby in this with the smaller title and not just going right at the big one. I think that's important. But that could also be a plan to get Bunny the win there, is have her go after the small title. We'll see. But big news. First things first, SmackDown is, I don't know if this is a permanent move or what, but they're adding an extra half an hour of wrestling every Friday night, and SmackDown is the better of the two, or better of the three, I guess, WWE promotions. They're adding 30 minutes more, so it's going to run into Rampage, and the last 30 minutes are going to be ad-free, so commercial-free, no commercials. Right off the bat, that was devastating news to me, because I find myself watching SmackDown every once in a while before Rampage to keep awake, to stay awake so I can stay up that late. And it's good. It's good. They're very promo heavy, but if they do actual wrestling matches in that last half an hour, it's going to be troubling.
Yeah.
It could take away from quite a bit, but did that scare AEW? Doesn't look like it, because what do? They go ahead and add another hour to Rampage. And instead of doing it afterwards, they're doing a buy-in beforehand on YouTube. YouTube. So the buy-in is going to be Bryan Danielson and Minoru Suzuki, and then Bobby Fish and Lee Moriarty. Any wrestling fan out there is going to want to watch that over Promo City.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? That's that's smart business. Yeah,
CM
you
Punk
know.
versus Matt Sydal is going to be your first half an hour that is competing with SmackDown. Like, genius. Just absolutely genius.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if WWE keeps doing it, because how many times are they going to be able to do this buy-in? Are they going to do it every week? I'd be happy if they do, but how do you make it that big every week? Can't. You can't. But
it's just
yeah.
fun for there to be competition, because
Yeah.
there's always been other promos, but it has not been on this level since the 90s. I mean, that's
WCW's 82 weeks or 83 weeks.
Yep.
It hasn't happened, and it's great. It's great. Whether you like I said, we're obviously very AEW heavy. I still like WWE. I think they've fallen a lot from where they need to be, and I think they'll get back there, but my God, that is huge. It's just a big, big announcement.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Can we hit a little more wrestling news, and this is not little things, but these are just fun things to mention, as long as we try to keep up around some of the world of wrestling. We don't do a great job at it, but we do an okay job, I think. First and foremost, when is it coming? That's what I'm trying to see. I don't see a date. Why don't I see a date? Well, anyway, your boy Zicky's getting a shot. Zicky Dice getting a shot in Impact. The first match for the Digital Media Championship, I guess. And who better than Twitch superstar, the outlandish Zicky Dice?
That already happened. He lost.
Oh, fuck, man. Well, he didn't post about it, so I didn't know. Now I sound like an idiot.
No, that's okay. No, yeah, that they didn't do a good job, Impact, of promoting that match, and it kind of was upsetting. But of course, being my boy, I missed the match completely. I didn't watch it, but I saw the after effects, and it looks like he had lost. No, that brings up a good point. Is they're really not doing a good job of promoting, and I think Impact is number 4 as far as promotions go, big promotions. Maybe number 5 if you count any the NWA's women's division being bigger than them. So I think they're heading that way. Depending on the week, I'd say NWA and Power is better than Impact, but Impact has talent that they could run away with this, and they're just not doing well with it. I think they need a rehaul.
Yeah, we had
talent because they have the talent. They need a rehaul creative.
Yeah, I think you're right, because we had I put Impact on. Cody's pointing at himself right now. Please hire me. He's saying, please send all business inquiries to 2fourthsgaming@gmail.com. We put on Impact. I was just scrolling through TV looking for something to watch, and it happened to be whatever night Impact was on. So we put it on for a little bit, and yeah, it feels a little awkward and stumbly, and it's not quite there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just the zone that they use is just not set up well. It looks very indie-ish, and it's not. It's above that.
And not in a good way. It doesn't look indie-ish in a good way. I think that's important.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is the crowd looks smaller than an indie crowd, and it's like you bought these stand tickets, but you're just standing there, and it's like 3 rows deep, and just very lackluster. It looks way smaller than a lot of indie shows I've seen, and just not full. It doesn't look full at all, and I feel like they could definitely find somewhere else to do it and fill those seats. Like there's enough wrestling fans out there that you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to just sit back. But I guess it is what it is. Hopefully they get there, because this is a great time for wrestling to be growing and a great time for these smaller promotions to be big and get there. Especially when you're working with AEW. Like how many Impact stars do we see on AEW, and how many AEW stars do we see on Impact? And vice versa, and NWA, like all 3 of them, all kind of intertwining, and NWA and Impact just aren't doing anything with it.
Yeah, is Christian still holding the Impact title?
I don't even know anymore. I don't
know either.
I stopped paying attention to it because I tried watching Impact, and it just
misses
good.
A little bit for
wrestling itself is good, but the crowd just pulls me away from it.
It's very awkward to listen to, because it just sounds like a small room with not that many people in it, which is not what you expect at the level I think you think of when you think of Impact. You know what I mean?
Christian is still the world champion.
Okay. I don't know why I wanted to know that or what to make of that, but I was just curious. The only other thing I want to bring up before we depart, and this one I know already happened, and I know the results because I looked before I brought it up. Just because I had mentioned it before. So GCW Fight Club took place in the main event, Mox versus Nick Gage in a death match for the title. I saw some highlights. Moxley retained, and it looked fucking wild, and I'm kicking myself for not paying attention to when it was, because I wanted to see it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be. I think I'm going to start buying the GCW pay-per-views.
Yeah, I'll go splitsies with you because they're super intriguing to me. This one especially was, and I just forgot about it, and apparently it was, from what I'm seeing, it was apparently a good pay-per-view. Leo Rush opened it, actually, in a triple threat match, so he wrestles there. Marco Stunt was in there with Joey Janela. Matt Cardona was in there, of course. Yeah, something to keep an eye on. I think GCW is going to be up and coming, making some waves here. It seems like I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some collaborations.
They're my number 3. So I still go WWE, AEW, GCW is right behind them, because they are growing and they are big and they are brutal. It
growing
is
exponentially.
ECW. It's as close to ECW as you can get without being on TV.
Yep.
Like they throw them on TV, they obviously have to cut out a lot, and the amount they're growing without doing that is incredible. I would not mind seeing them on some late night TV. Even just replays would be sweet.
I think
tapings,
it's some market differentiation because they're doing things that the cable shows can't really do.
Exactly.
You know, we got Gage on AEW, but it wasn't the same as Gage in GCW.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I think them doing I would like AEW to do like a streaming service with all these other promotions. Like not just AEW, but do AEW, put Impact pay-per-views on there, put GCW or pay-per-views on there, put everybody's pay-per-views on there. Make it like $10 a month. You're gonna make your money.
Yeah, you're gonna make a shitload of money.
Like, or sign up with somebody that'll put it out, but that's just getting the contract for that is going to give you a ton of money.
Yeah. And you could
Hopefully,
call the streaming service ProWrestlingOveralls.com.
There you go. I own the rights, so I'm going to need my million before I'll let that go.
Tony Khan, please send out business inquiries to 2fourthsgaming@gmail.com.
Or tweet me at Dr. Dadcop69 because that's the quickest way to get a hold of me.
There we go.
But on that note, thank you for listening. Once again, you can find us on our well, pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts as far as Deadhorses and DDTs. Otherwise, we'll be listed under LDG Sports and Entertainment's Anchor on Spotify. So listen to us either place. Let us know that you listen. Because reach out, let us know. Both I'm on Twitter, Dr. Dadcop69. We're both on Twitch, Dr. Dadcop, Six the Milkman, and then collectively as 2-4 Gaming. Just let us know you listen. We'd like to hear back from people. We'd love to start having some guests on. So if you listen and you're a wrestling fan, let us know. We might get you on here. So thank you again for listening.
If you're new and you stopped in to listen or what have you, I mean, if you're here, thank you. It's that simple. If you've been here, thank you. If you're new here, thank you. If you're not here, thank you.
Yeah, and for the people that are here from the past, we will still be everywhere that you listen, so don't worry about that. New listeners from LDG and Built in Buffalo, thank you for being here. I want to thank both of them for picking us up. And all right, guys, thank you again.
Goodbye. He was in a tournament for it. I'm actually saying everything wrong. I should really read things before I shout them out on the podcast, huh?
That's okay.
And maybe like research if it already happened or not. Okay, well, something I know already happened. Go ahead.